Hey guys, and welcome to my review of The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon. This book was published in 2003 and it won 3 awards. And it was also longlisted for the Man Booker Prize. I thought it was a lot more recent, and I'm a bit shocked that I haven't heard of it before this year, but anyway, I'm really happy that I found out about it and I got to read it. This book is about Christopher Boone, who is 15 years old and has Asperger's syndrome. Christopher is a boy who loves mathematics, who doesn't like to be touched by anyone, including his family members, who hates the color yellow and brown. He also loves the color red, and he has interesting algorithms to calculate how a day is going to be super good or really bad. He loves to make lists and timetables, and he really likes policemen because policemen are supposed to keep people safe. So the book is told only through Christopher's perspective, and that's very interesting on how he perceives the world and how he perceives human interaction. Nowhere in the book is it stated that Christopher has Asperger's syndrome, but the way that he sees the world and the way that he speaks about things and the fact that he is a mathematical genius make us believe that he has Asperger's syndrome. One day, Christopher finds Wellington, his neighbor's dog, dead on his neighbor's front lawn. He has been killed with a garden fork, and Christopher takes it to his mind to investigate the murder and write a novel about it, which is this novel. Even though his school teacher tells him that nobody really cares to read about the investigation of the murder of a dog because people don't really care about who kills dogs, they care about who kills people, and his book wouldn't make a good book, he still wants to write and investigate Wellington's murder. As he goes on to investigate Wellington's murder, he finds out more than he's asking for, and it leads to a lot of discoveries about people around him, mainly his family, and it takes him on a journey that puts him way out of his comfort zone. There are a lot of parts in this book which are quite funny because of Christopher's way of expressing himself. There are parts in which he does what he refers to as doing descriptions, because that's what he is told that books should contain, descriptions, but he doesn't really understand how descriptions should be made, so he just makes them in a very hilarious way. And the way he describes the world and how technical he gets about every little thing, he gets to be quite funny. But I wouldn't really call this book funny though. It made me feel more sad than funny. One of the things that's memorable about this book is that the book doesn't have cardinal successive numbers instead in the numbers of chapters, but it uses prime numbers. Another thing that's really cute about this book is that it has a lot of doodles and graphs and drawings and maps in it. There's a lot of puzzles in it. There's even the way that a math problem is solved. Another thing that I personally liked about this book, and that came as a surprise to me, was I had no idea who Mark Haddon was. I never heard of him, and I didn't really know much about the book, so I kind of automatically assumed that it was set in America. I don't know why, but it's not set in America, it's set in England, and we actually get to go around London, and that was really fun for me. Seeing the London Underground map and all that brought back memories, and I quite enjoyed that part, but that was just a personal reflection. The plot itself to me was a little predictable, and I didn't really feel super into it when I was reading it. I kind of realized where I was going, and I would have appreciated it more if it would have been more about just Christopher's way of perceiving the world rather than making it into a big plot. If it contained more chapters about Christopher's reasoning and Christopher's way of seeing people, I would have probably liked it a lot more than I did. But because of the plot line, I didn't love it. I decided to eventually give it 4 stars. I think this book is really interesting, and I think it's really original. It does show how different people can see the world, and I think that's really important, and that is why I really recommend it to people. Not necessarily with an interest in mental health or Asperger's or autism. As long as you take this book as just a book about seeing the world differently and not really try to go about it medically, you will really enjoy it. This was it for my review of The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. Thank you so much guys for watching. I will see you back with more videos soon. Have a great day. Bye!